Good morning, good morning. I am here today to talk to you about the home buying process. My name is Tasha Smith. I'm a realtor with Carolina Realty of the Lowcountry. I have been a licensed South Carolina realtor for 3 years now. I started and went full-time when COVID hit, so I've been through a few things. But it is not hard to purchase a home. A lot of people make it more difficult than it really is. The first thing that we stress about is getting a pre-approval. Speak with a lender of your choice. If you do not have a lender, I have one that I have worked with since day one. I do recommend. We've always done outstanding work together. We stress the pre-approval process for several reasons. Have you ever been a kid, you look so forward to something and then bam, you're told no, you can't have it, and you're heartbroken? That's one of the reasons we look for the pre-approval. You never know what small minor detail, maybe with your credit, your income, your debt to income. I mean, there's so many factors going into a home loan. We also look at the pre-approval to know what your budget is, what you can look for, how much of a home you can afford. Do I need to pay off something so I can have a little bit higher payment? Or is my income okay? What kind of home can I afford? Another reason is not all homes qualify for all loans. Every loan has different standards when it comes to the appraisal process. The 4 most common loans, now keep in mind, I am not a mortgage officer, loan officer. I'm not in the finance. I don't know all the details. This is just some of the things that I have learned. The 4 most common that I have dealt with is FHA, conventional, VA, and USDA. FHA is generally geared towards the first-time home buyer, somebody just doing a regular traditional mortgage. 3.5% down, 620 credit score. Every lender is different. They could require a different credit score. This is just the one that I work with. Let's do simple numbers here. If you're looking at a $100,000 house, that 3.5% down payment, that's $3,500. So that's where that down payment comes in. Conventional loan process, that varies. Some conventional loans, if you're not a first-time home buyer, can be as low as 3 to 5% down. But if you're a first-time home buyer, it could be as much as 10 to 20% down. But you also require a 680 credit score. Now, a conventional loan, the house is a lot more lenient than an FHA home. Their standards aren't as strict. VA loan, 0% down, 620 credit score. USDA loan, 0% down, 640 credit score. It all depends on your income, your credit score, what you can put down. Now, do not let the down payment scare you away. The particular lender I work with, other lenders may also do it. I'm not aware if they do or not. Offer down payment assistance programs where they offer so much per county within the state of South Carolina. Once you get with your lender, they can tell you what loans you qualify for, how much of a loan you qualify for, what your down payment is going to be, an idea of what your closing costs are going to be. Because on top of the down payment, you also have closing costs. Those closing costs consist of taxes, attorney fees, lender fees, appraisals. There are so many different things in there. But don't let that scare you away from getting that pre-approval. Now, a lot of people say, I don't want to pull my credit until I find something that I want. Okay, well, what if you find something you want? We go through the negotiation, go through the whole, you found your dream house. You put in for that pre-approval letter because they have to be submitted with each offer that I submit. You can't get credit for it. Or you're sitting there waiting a day or two on that pre-approval letter where client B comes in, they've already got their pre-approval letter, so they jump on it. Now your dream house is gone because you didn't have that pre-approval letter. The next thing, once you have that pre-approval letter, we know how much of a house you can afford, what types of home or home loan you qualify for. We will then start with searching and showing homes. We will go through details, what's mandatory required in your house. How many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, Do you absolutely require a garage, a pool, land, subdivision, country? Where do you want it? We go through all those things. That's how we start our initial search. Offer and negotiation. Once we find your dream house, the one you want to put that offer in on, we will start. I will submit an offer. We'll go through all the details of that offer. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. We'll go through all that details of an offer. We'll negotiate back and forth with that seller. And then hopefully everybody will come to an agreement. And then we go into what is called escrow. Escrow is where you pay your earnest money deposit. Earnest money is basically a good faith deposit that the closing attorney in the state of South Carolina, we are an attorney state. So therefore, everything has to go through a closing attorney. Some real estate brokerages hold earnest money deposit. Mine does not. We decide to allow the closing attorney, considering they are the ones that are going to end up with it in the end. They hold that. Once you get to the closing table, that earnest money deposit is credited back to your closing amount. However, if for some reason you back out of that process, there are ways that you can lose that and forfeit that unearned money if you back out without an approved contingency. Sorry, I'm getting my words mixed up here. While in escrow, the attorney's offices will work on doing title searches. They will work on getting the deed transfers, things of that nature. But we will also be working on inspections, home inspections, termite inspections, any type of inspection that you're wanting. Now, keep in mind, most inspections will come out of your pocket. Chances are the seller will pay for a termite inspection. That is not always the case. So don't go into it thinking the seller is going to pay for everything, because that is not always the case. Financing. Make sure you get with your lender. Any document they request, get it to them ASAP. Any documentation can and will hold up a closing. And if it goes beyond that scheduled to close date, a seller can back out. If you say you're going to close on or before this date, and we don't, that seller is under no obligation to extend that closing. Now, a lot of times they will if it's just a couple of days, but I cannot guarantee that will always happen. Now, once we get the pre-approval, then we find your dream house, go through the offer negotiation, attorneys have all their stuff together, lender has all their stuff together, which includes an appraisal, financing, all of that information. We get to the closing table, where then you will have, okay, you're clear to close, the attorney has all that stuff, we'll do a final walkthrough. We will walk through that house, make sure it's the same as it was when you initially went and looked at that house, make sure it's the same house that you are still in love with. And then once we do that, everything is repaired, everything is like done. We'll meet at the attorney's office, and I'll be right there with you. You will sign what they consider your closing documents. Now, this will be deed transfers, mortgage, loan, paperwork, anything the attorney needs you to sign, anything the lender needs you to sign. I will be there with your file just in case the lender doesn't have something or the attorney doesn't have something that I may have possibly have and they overlooked, so I can provide them with copies, because I keep copies of everything. Once everything is signed, your lender has sent funding to that closing table. The attorney says, okay, we've received it. The attorney will disperse funds, and that is when your house is now paid for through your funds, through your lender. Now, granted, you're going to end up with a mortgage, and it's going to be however long you and your lender discuss. It can be 10 years, 15, 30, whatever you and your lender decide to come up with. You then get the keys to your brand new home. Granted, it may not be brand new, but it'll be brand new to you. Your dream house, the next chapter of your life. I am, once again, Tasha Smith. I'm a realtor, Carolina Realty of the Low Country. I primarily do Beaufort and Hampton counties in South Carolina. I live in Hampton. My brokerage is in Beaufort. I love both areas. Beaufort has some of the best scenic sites that I have ever seen. Some of the best food as well. Hampton is a great small town area. It's one of those everybody knows everybody types areas. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe. It's been a while since I've done videos, and this is my first video back on YouTube. For years I did network marketing, and I went live all the time, and it was a little bit better setup, but this is just kind of a throw together today. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, message me, drop a comment. My email address will be in the description. If you have any questions, make sure to reach out and subscribe.